Hello everybody, I'm excited to show you this. I had some user data sat in a table and I was trying to think of a task to give Claude within Stellify, something that would create, that would kind of challenge it. And I asked it to pull in the data and paginate it and display it on scroll. So basically like an infinite scrolling interface, the type that you get on an e-commerce website. So as I scroll down, it will keep fetching more and more users until I reach the end of the data. Okay, but what's exciting is what it had to actually do in order to produce that. I was shocked myself because I'd forgotten to a degree how easy that actually is to produce in Stellify. If we look at the routes, it just created two routes, one of which is the template route where you can dig in and change the actual elements, the HTML elements that display in the template. The second one is the API route that points to the user controller. So if we have a look at that, that's got the query on the database table. It orders the results by name, it paginates them. But this is the bit that I kind of forget when it comes to using Stellify. If we look at the component, that's it. That's the code. Okay, and the reason that's possible is because Stellify framework, which is essentially our extension of Laravel. For those of you that don't know, Stellify uses Laravel. You build your applications with Laravel, the PHP web application framework. And Laravel it's really expressive. It basically, you could look at a Laravel file and you can, for the most part, as a non-coder, you could kind of work out what the code's doing. Very expressive. It's like plain English for the most part. And Stellify framework, or StellifyJS as we call it, is just an extension of that to the front end. And what that does is when you combine those two things together in that way and you pass it to AI, it laps that up. It loves that. It can work really well with that. It doesn't get confused as much as it would do otherwise. There are other things that Stellify does to actually keep it on track. But fundamentally, that is the key, really, to doing this. One other thing to mention, if anybody's looking at this and thinking, well, that doesn't look like a Vue component to me, when it actually comes to exporting code from Stellify, or if you just sync it to GitHub, that would be assembled together into a working Vue component, as would all of your Laravel files. So there's no lock-in to this particular system. Now that that's been built, I can export it, I can sync it, I can do what I want with it, which is fantastic. So yeah, I hope you're as impressed as I am. I shocked myself when I asked AI to do that. I wasn't expecting to then dig into the files and find that it was so easy. And it still amazes me that you can produce something like that within the matter of minutes.